Welcome back to the shop worldwide. Michael here. Today we are going to change out the transmission fluid in the 6-speed of the NC Miata, as well as the differential fluid. We're also going to top off and drain that shifter fluid up top. So we are going to have to get some interior pieces out as well. So I'm going to get over to the Miata and get started. So Miata's here up in the garage with me. I do have new crush washers for all the hardware there. I'll put the part numbers in there in the description for you. And I have the Motorcraft here. I'll also put the part number in there for that. And I got Royal Purple. I really wanted Mobile 1, but they were out in all 3 stores I went to. This does have the friction modifier in it for the limited slip differential, so this will work. I probably will try it out for a little bit, see how I like it. If I don't, then around 10,000 miles I'll go ahead and replace it. Now that it's up in the air, you can see your fill hole here and your drain hole here. So we're going to take off the fill hole plug first, just to make sure we're going to be able to get fluid back in it, and then after that we will get the drain plug out and get the fluid drained. It's going to be a 24 millimeter. I did pop it loose here. We're going to go ahead and get this one out and drop it right down into my drain here. Alright, so obviously had enough fluid in it, which is good. So now we're going to pop the drain plug out here and get it all drained. Alright, so both of these are out now. The one with the magnet here will be the drain plug. It's the fill plug there. Both of those get the silver washers. So we're going to go ahead and get the old ones off and get the new washers put on while that's draining. My pump here, I am going to flush it out just slightly. So I'm going to go a couple pumps, let it come out the drain hole, and then I'll put that drain plug back in and fill it up. Alright, now I got the drain plug in. I'm going to get my torque wrench, torque it 30 to 40 foot-pounds, and then we'll continue filling it. And it should drain just like that out of the fill hole once it is full. Alright, I got the fill plug back in as well, and also towards the spec. So I'm going to move to the rear now, to the differential. And we're going to do the same back here. We're going to get this fill out first, and then we're gonna get the drain plug out now. This top fill one obviously gets the copper washer. The lower one is gonna get another one of those silver washers. I went ahead and pushed some of the Royal Purple through there, as I did with the transmission fluid again, just to flush some of that through. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get the drain plug in, fill it the rest of the way up. Everything buttoned up and cleaned up back here, so now we're going to get the vehicle back down, and we're going to work on getting that shifter exposed, get the shifter out, and pull the fluid out of that. So inside, first thing we're going to remove is this little coin collector, and then this piece right here. So we're going to get these 2 pieces out, and there's some screws under there we're going to get to and get those out. Okay, now those 2 pieces are out of the way, that one there and this one here. Alright, so there is 2 screws there. If you have your cup holder back like that, then it's going to cover that second one. So make sure that's pushed forward so you can see that one there. Alright, next we're going to pry up this cup holder piece here that I need to clean apparently. And there's 1 screw here that I removed already. And then we're going to get our shifter off, so we're going to unscrew that. So we're going to pop our shift boot out, as you see here. And there's a wire connector here for your window switches that you have to undo. So it's kind of hard to actually get your fingers down in there, but you got to get that out in order to get the center console piece out. Now we have to get these 4 10mm bolts out here, there, and there, and then we can pull the shifter here out. Alright, so with those 4 screws out, we got this boot off. We're gonna get this one out. This one kind of just pulls up like so, and then this is what we have here. Okay, now I pulled the 3 10mm bolts out of the shifter here, so now we are going to remove it like so. Looks like we still got a little bit of fluid in there, but not very much, honestly, so it's a good thing I did check this. Alright, now I suctioned out what was left in there, I'm gonna go ahead and use this massively ridiculous funnel to pour some of the leftover transmission fluid we got from the motorcraft. So we're gonna get that in now. Right now I have the turret full down there, and I also got white lithium grease on the balls of the shifter here. So we got that coated. Now we're gonna get it back in. Alright, we got that back in place with our 10mm bolts there. This does have an arrow there, although it should be pretty common sense, as there's 2 in the back and 1 in the front, and it just can't go the other way. So I'm going to clean up some of the debris back here, out of here, and then we'll get these boots back on and the centerpiece there back in. Alright, so first piece back in is this little rubber grommet. Mine seems to be in pretty good condition, so no need to replace it. I am going to put this piece here and next. So we're going to get this screwed down, and then we'll continue from there. Now I got the 4 10mm bolts back in, also put that back in place. Things kind of a pain in the butt to get out, but went in and put it back in, and then we'll get our power windows hooked back up whenever we get this back in place. Alright, now we got our little screws back in place back here and in here. I am going to clean this up because that's pretty gross as well. I did get the shift bolt put back on here. Probably going to need to replace that at some point, along with this. Not sure what route I'll go with that. Hadn't really thought about it, but we'll get to that in another video. So I'm going to get this front piece put on and this rear piece put back on, and then that should be done with this, along with the shifter and the little piece here after I clean it up. So that really should be it for today. So I'm going to close out. Okay, so we got the Miata back home. Drove fine, ran great. I can tell that it shifts a bit smoother. I think that's mostly because that shift turret was dry and it now has oil in it. So I would imagine that's very helpful. As far as everything else goes, not a huge difference, I don't believe. I mean, it's gonna be kind of hard to tell. I don't know if it ever had been replaced. From what it looked like, it wasn't super dirty, so I think it has been changed out before. Did it more because I didn't know if it had, and more of a peace of mind thing, because I do have a little event I'm going to this weekend, which I will post a video about later as well, as soon as I go to the event and shoot some video. So stay tuned for that, and other than that, thanks for watching. Have a great day.